All right, we got two truths and a lie. Can you identify a liar, sniff them out, and point them out? That is the big question that we got here today. We got myself, Virginia, and Dennys going to be giving you some stories here. One of these is not going to be true, though. You have to try to identify which one is not. Okay, the story that I got for you when I was in college, I was a freshman, and I was in a co-ed dorm at Ohio University, and there was this girl that was kind of cute that I kind of liked.
Nice.
And I couldn't really find a way to connect with her. I was just trying to find kind of an in, and she was...
I bet you were.
I was, Virginia. Poor old college Kev had to work at it, though. It didn't come easily for me.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find an in with this girl, and the one thing that she was into was Taekwondo.
Okay.
Oh, Karate Kev.
Yeah, and I'd done some stuff when I was in high school.
We know.
We know
Yeah.
Sensei Phil.
Yeah.
Sensei cigarette.
Yeah, so I decided to join up and get into Taekwondo. And so, we would always walk over to Taekwondo classes together, and it was kind of working out for me. Felt pretty good about it. Well, a couple of weeks into the class, I started really getting into it. And at one point, they bring in this guest instructor. He's apparently some big Taekwondo master. And they've got this little exhibition that he wants to put on to show the class just how much control you can have on a roundhouse kick. And he was looking for a volunteer. And so I thought, okay, you know what? I was standing next to her. I'm like, maybe this is a chance for me to kind of impress, because I felt like I was doing pretty well with the Taekwondo. So he goes out there and he gives me this like plastic spoon. He's like, put this in your mouth. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And he puts an egg on the spoon, and I'm standing there with this plastic spoon with an egg, and he's like, I'm going to demonstrate control on a roundhouse kick. Next thing I know is I see this Taekwondo master. He kind of gears up. He's got his black belt on. Here comes the foot. Boom. That's it. Lights are out. I open my eyes, and this girl is standing over me along with two other people from the class. And you're like, oh my gosh, are you okay? The guy missed the egg, clocked me in the side of the head, knocked me out cold, and here I am, like, just laid out in front of this girl.
Was she impressed?
She was not impressed, and that really kind of did it. It was just awkward after that, and it went nowhere.
Am I the only one that wants to recreate this? I've got a spoon and I got an egg.
I got an egg costume. I can be the egg.
I mean,
You could.
You can kick me if you want.
Right now?
Well, no, we can work it out. I love it.
I can tell you who's not going to be holding the egg in their mouth. One time for me is enough. Not going down that road
One
again.
and done.
One and done.
Got working your roundhouse kick, Virginia.
Yeah, that guy's not so much a master. I always wonder, I'm like, does that guy really have a black belt? Because, I mean, how hard is it to get a black belt?
They
So
gave it to
anyway.
Elvis in 3 days.
Yeah, right. Yeah, little suspect. All right, Virginia, what is your story?
Well, I believe that my daughter Magnolia has a black cloud currently over her. I think we all go through these phases in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So, she got in the car accident. All the drama that now is coming from that, financial and otherwise. Yesterday, she also broke her iPhone.
Oh, geez.
So that is $1,000, I guess. I don't know. I don't buy the phones. Panda does. And also her trip to Georgia that she was so excited about that she was going on this weekend blew up in her face. All the other kids canceled.
What?
And now her mama told her, you can't go if you go on by yourself.
Oh, no.
She's currently trying to put together other trips, but I think there's lies and deception and this black cloud.
And that's what I'm looking for right now. Lies and deception. I'm watching every one of your guys' moves. Every little...
Break a car, break a phone, break a bone. What's next? Black cloud.
I noticed some interesting movements from Kevin. I definitely noticed some weird behaviors from Virginia.
It's kind of typical, though.
I'm taking notes.
Okay.
All right.
Think you're zoning in here?
I think I am zoning in so far.
Okay. Got one more story here. Dennys.
Big D.
Let's hear what you got.
So back in high school, we had a pool, and during the summer, you guys know it's super hot out. It's a super popular place. You always had kids coming over. It was not uncommon for my family to have people over, my brother to have people over, me to have people over, to also swim in the pool. So it kind of gets a little tricky with the scheduling of everybody. So when I would get home from school, usually my mom and her friend would be laying out, getting some sun. And when I get home, I'd be like, hey, Mom, I got some friends coming over. And she'd be like, all right, we'll clear out and get out of your guys' way. Well, so I got my friends in the pool. We're all having fun. And she lets me know that my brother's coming and that he's got his friends coming. And we've already been in the pool for an hour, so we're going to have to give it up. All right, so me and my friend decided to hide behind the pool pump shed that we had. And it's where we kept all our floaty tools and all that stuff. And we had those big pool noodles. So when I heard my brother pulling up, it was him and his friend Dan. Me and my other friend Mike were hiding behind the shed. And I grabbed a pool noodle, and you have to come up to the shed to grab the stuff for the pool. So he's coming up, he opens the door, and I swing as hard as I can around the corner. And I just whack him in the face with this pool noodle. The problem is I hear a loud womanly scream. What it was my mom had sent her friend back to put back the stuff they were using, and I whacked my friend's mom in the face with a pool noodle. My brother was still up on the driveway and had saw the whole thing develop. I heard his loudmouth friend Dan talking. That's why I thought he was walking up, but unfortunately.
You whacked your mom's friend.
Thank God it's a pool noodle, so it doesn't do any damage. I think the shock was more of the surprise than anything.
It's
the
shock,
noise.
It's wet.
It sounded way worse than it was.
That's amazing.
But yes.
Okay. All right. So who is the liar here today? My story about getting knocked out by a Taekwondo master, Virginia saying that her daughter is under a black cloud, or Dennys, who whacked a mom's friend in the face with a pool noodle.
This is why it's weird / tough, because y'all tell stories that there's like a beginning, middle, end. It's like an epic tale.
Yeah.
Virginia just talks about mundane crap in her life. And I'm like, is this the segment What's on My Mind, or is this Two Truths and a Lie?
In your head, bitch.
You are, but it's not because you're good.
I just love all the comments about that, Virginia. I'm so confused with these stories.
I am. I get so confused because I think it's real. Like, I don't know.
I love V, but her stories are so lame.
Well, they're just so.
I love you, V, but you're terrible at this game.
I have said every week I am the worst player at this game. Let me out, and y'all won't let me.
No, you're in.
Yeah.
When you're bad at something, you're highlighted on the show.
Okay, right now, 62% of people think that Virginia is the one that is lying.
I do think it's Virginia lying. I agree with our audience.
Okay.
She did weird things with her shoulders she normally doesn't do.
Okay. 32% think it is me, and then 10% are going with Dennys.
The other thing, too, Virginia started off her story with a crutch word, and it just didn't sound natural to me. It was odd.
Yeah. Well, the people are agreeing with you, Jaybird.
Well, just the fact how hard Dennys is laughing shows me that she's the liar.
Funny.
Dennys only got 12% of the vote. People think he's definitely telling the truth with his pool noodle story.
Such a great story. I want to recreate that one, too.
It's very loud. You can.
Yeah, and then I got 31% of the vote. Okay, so Jaybird is so confident that Virginia is the liar. Virginia, are you lying?
No.
You're not lying?
Not.
But I know you're not lying because you're just telling regular Max. That's why I'm so confused. You're telling Max stories. So what was the lie? Yeah, I don't know, dog. I'm confused, man. Maybe you're right. Maybe you do need to get out of this game.
It's too much of a variable.
I know I lost, but I'm not even sure why I lost.
You can't even figure
No. Who's the liar?
I'm the liar.
Whatever.
So we'll be collecting your face
Take it all.
and all your money. What else did you bet?
10 grand in my face.
10 grand.
I don't get it, man.
Damn. I can fix Mag's car and her phone with 10 grand.
People in the chat room want to know, how can she be so terrible at telling the truth?
How can you be so bad at telling the truth?
Well, because you just told Max. You've been telling Max stories all week.
In your face.
I guess. No, in our audience's face. I think they're mad.
Trick them too.
God. All right. The only person that lost is me.
Oh, man.